Alright, what is going on, guys? SpitefulHopes back again, and we are going to be going over the gameplay and breaking down every single one of their strong attacks, the ranges, pretty much how the character looks and whether or not they're worth summoning for. I will be doing a should you summon later, and I will say this. I will probably not be summoning when the banner goes live. I will be summoning sometime later on in the day, probably like 3 p.m. Let's just get right into this gameplay. I did download everything. We will be watching it one time straight through, and then we'll break it down the second time around. So, Izuru, standard flurry character, at least in comparison to the ones that we get nowadays. Bruiser, 30% attack. Let me see here. Let me just make sure I get everything, all my ducks in a row. Alright, Bruiser 30%, Flurry. He does have Berserker 40%, so if you want to build him hybrid, he's not going to be too bad. Debilitator plus 5 seconds for the paralysis on his attacks besides his heal. Freeze immunity, and he does have medic. So, his third strong attack is the same as White Zangetsu. And we're gonna break everything down right now. So, going into it, third strong attack pulls all the enemies inwards and then explodes out, as you see there. Actually has some pretty good range on that. So it is a full screen as it explodes, so it will have it pretty much has like a full screen radius, right? Second strong attack is the standard heal. They're actually dying in one hit. So it's kind of hard to really make... I don't like the way they did this gameplay. Since he's one-shotting, they're not being sucked in at all. Like, if you go into the third strong attack, it doesn't even look right. You see, they're dying immediately. This is going to pull them in at like a vacuum and then explode out. So for those that are new to the game, that's pretty much what it is. It's just going to be a 650 AoE, comes in, explodes out in a 1000 radius, kind of like a nuke. Alright. Second strong attack is the standard 570 radius heal. Don't get it twisted. This animation makes it look like it's really, really massive. He doesn't have Havoc, guys, so this AoE is only going to come out to around here. Like, I want to say that, like, this whole area, like, I don't know, I'm hoping you can see my mouse, but yeah, this isn't going to be a big AoE, just letting you know. Like, it barely hit this guy, honestly. You see that it barely even hit this guy over here on the far right. Alright. Yeah, my guess is he like literally hit the radius as the last hits went through. Second strong attack. It's just a standard heal. He does have medic, which is nice. So he's gonna be pretty good at autoing. One thing to note is that he doesn't have poise, and even though he has paralysis on all his attacks, his second strong attack is a melee attack, as all heals are, and he doesn't have paralysis on his second strong attack. First strong attack is the same as Halibel and Canfiro and Neliel, the new ones that have just come out that pushes the enemies back. The one thing that I don't like about this is that because it pushes the enemies back and it is range collision, you'll see, you won't be able to see it in this gameplay. They're one-shotting everything, so you can't really get a proper view of it. And you see the damage is not really that big, but the enemies are dying anyways. His normal attack string is the same as Tokinata. Different animation, of course, but in terms of utility, that's pretty much how it's going to work. The first strong attack, what I don't like about it is since it does push enemies back, if you guard break them, you might not be able to hit them with your NAD after, depending on how far back this first strong attack actually pushes them. So overall, I like the third strong attack. I like the third strong attack, especially on range characters. Second strong attack is okay. I mean, it's a heal, standard heal. And first strong attack, I don't particularly like the shave. I would have much rather had the beam, which keeps them in the same place. So if you guard break them, you can just nad them afterwards. His nad looks cool. His special looks clean. And let's move into Toshiro. Yo, bro is styling. I love that 975 radius, third strong attack. So his animations look clean. I am glad that they didn't give him freeze, because I feel like there's only so much you can do with freeze. So, special, full screen, standard. He does have weakening on all of his attacks, which is really, really good. That third strong attack, this AoE does affect the enemies behind him as well, which is really, really good. This is a 975 radius AoE that takes place in front of him. I want to say that 75 of that radius is behind him, and then the rest of the 900 is in front. What that means is that this is going to hit very, very far. His first strong attack is also the 3000, no, excuse me. His first strong attack is also the beam. It goes 2500 in terms of length, like the radius, which is like 2.5 full screens, which is insane. And keep in mind, he doesn't have Havoc 20%, otherwise it would have been a 3000 length first strong attack beam. Now, his second strong attack is the same as, say, Tech Grimjaw from Spirit Society or Christmas Retsu. So it's not necessarily a proper vortex, it's just a small mini vacuum vortex that goes on for like a split second, as you can clearly see here. So it quickly goes in, explodes, and then first strong attack is the standard beam. You don't really get a good look at the radius on it, but like this goes well past the arc over here. So you see where this pause button is? That goes well beyond that. Keep in mind that the width is only 725, so you're not going to be able to clip like the enemies onto the side, but you are going to get a good, you do get a good example of the enemies that you do hit. So like everything in front is dead, as you can see here. And I'm surprised that he missed this guy, but whatever. Weakening on all of his attacks. He is a strong attack recharge unit as well. I honestly think that Toshiro is probably going to be best in banner, because he's also an Rancor killer. He does have guard break on him, like innately, which is good, because that means that he doesn't need a guard break at all. So all that damage that he deals, he doesn't have to worry about it. So if you put him with like a Zeta pill, he will literally just wreck everything, like without impunity, like, to be honest. He does have Debilitator plus 5 seconds, Frenzy, a Berserker of 20%, and a Bruiser of 20%. He is Sprinter and a Devastation of 40%. One thing that someone made note of is that this new meta of characters has Berserker 20% and Frenzy for characters that have status elements, and if they don't have status elements, they usually will get a Berserker 40% and Devastation 60%. We saw that when it comes to the Fierce Battle with Aizen, Ichigo, and what was the other disappointment? Oh yeah, Aizen, of course, as always. We saw that with that banner, that none of them had any status elements, but still had like crazy multipliers. Halibel also has no status elements, and she got the Berserker 40% with Devastation 60%. So we're going to be seeing that more often than not, which thank you for bringing that up to me. I appreciate that, bro. Nad looks good, standard Nad. And probably the character that I'm most hyped for, Izuru, I mean, excuse me, the Zanpakuto thief himself, Ulquiorra. So for those that don't notice, Ulquiorra actually has Izuru Zanpakuto, bro. That's tough. Yo, that beam though, that's the second strong attack, and the first strong attack is the standard lunge. Oh my god, he looks so good. Now, I don't think he's as good as Kirinji. That being said, I do think that he's a great character. So, a Rancor, Espada, Hollow Killer, strong attack recharge unit, Frenzy. Third strong attack is a standard full screen. He doesn't have Havoc 20%, which I'm kind of sad about personally. He does have weaken on all of his attacks as well. A second strong attack, standard beam, 2500 length and 800 width. Wait, is it 800 width? 725 width, excuse me. I like the beam, dude. And standard lunge for the first strong attack. I mean, we've kind of grown accustomed to it. The Nat is standard as well. Don't let the animation fool you. It looks a lot bigger than it actually is, but it is a 375. And one thing that I do like about it is that it's one of the newer Nat strings, kind of like Ichibei and who's this other? And Kirinji, right? Where the Nat string actually rotates around the entire character. So first round attack, the lunge. Oh my god, I want this character. I'm only gonna do 5 steps, but you'll see he actually like ends up hitting behind him. I'm not sure. I'm hoping that that's actually a hitbox. Personally speaking, I'm not 100% sure if that's true. We'll see later on in the future. He was facing that way. Yeah, I want to know if that hits behind him. Let me pull up the BBS simulator, pull up Ichibei, and see if we can actually see if that does hit behind him. Because I'm pretty sure I mean, it kind of looks like it, but I might be wrong. Normal attack string, 150, 150 AoE. So you see how the last one says AoE right here? If you look at Ulquiorra, it looks like Ulquiorra actually has that as well. The 150, 150, 150, and then into the AoE. So if that's the case, that's a really good NAD string, because that means that you're protected behind you should the enemy not be queuing up an attack. So with that being said, these characters look really, really cool. I don't think that any of them do anything necessarily broken, at least not by my guess. But either way, I'm definitely going to be summoning for them. I want them, and honestly, like, I'm missing, like, I want to say that I'm missing 4 out of the last 2 years of White Days. So I'm missing Stark, I'm missing Byakuya. I don't know the other ones that I'm missing, but like I'll be real with you, they're not really that good. It's just a good value banner for me personally. And yeah, with that being said, let me know how deep you guys are going to be going for. I will not be summoning for this banner when they come out. If you do pull these characters and you have them maxed out, link slotted, whatever you want to do, as long as you have like good accessories for the characters, I'd be more than willing to do a showcase and giving you a shout out, whatever. And yeah, just hit me up. Like, my Discord's always open in DMs. Just hit me up. But I'm gonna leave it at that. Notice, guys, grind on, catch up, me up, stay blessed. I wish y'all the best luck in your summons. Yo, good luck on your pulls, guys. This banner drops out tomorrow. Well, drops tomorrow, excuse me. I'm thinking drops out because of the corona, but whatever. Stay blessed, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.